Alright, welcome to another daily database insight, and in this video we're going to run into an error, and I'm going to show you two ways to fix that error. I think one of the ways we already walked through in the previous video, where we were trying to enable or to allow remote connection to the Windows server, but again, this is exactly what we saw in the previous error. So what I need to do is I'm going to try to remote connect to this box here, and as soon as I try to type in the password, I get this error, which is the CredSSP Encryption Oracle Remediation error. Now there are two ways to fix this. The first way, like we already established, is you would need to come to the box itself from your virtualization host and go to the remote section of your system properties and uncheck allow connections only from computers running remote desktop with network level authentication, which is what is recommended. So normally what would happen is this would not be a case of what would be done by a server administrator. They wouldn't uncheck this, so then it means that there is another option to fix it. So if I uncheck it and I try connecting, then now looks like I'm able to bypass that error and I am able to connect. Give it a second. Wait for it. Well, at least we did not see that error, so that means we are able to do the remote connection. So what I'm going to do is I am going to check that NTLM again. As soon as, yeah, there it is. Alright, and so I'm gonna go back to that system properties, remote, and then I'm gonna check that, and then we just want to make sure that we are not able to connect before we go to the next level of fixing this error. It's a very typical error. You're definitely going to run into this, so you need to understand it. All right, so there I am. I'm trying to connect again, and now I run into that error. All right, so now how to fix this error? You actually need to go to the local or group policy, really. So on the box, this is the box that we have here. You can just type group. Just wait for it. Group, or let's do this. Local policy, local security policy. There you have it. So it's gonna come up in a moment. So while you're here, I'll just maximize the window here, and I'll try to drag that to the right. So what we need to do here, under the local policies, actually we needed to go to the local computer policy, not local security policy. So gpedit.msc, yeah, kind of confuses this all the time. So under administrative policies, let me maximize this. stretch this to the right. So under administrative policies, then we actually go to systems, and then we find credentials delegation, this one, and then there is gonna be let me extend this. So looking at this group policy, turns out that we don't have the credential delegation that we need. So we're gonna try to use a different method to just add a registry value that would help fix this. So I'm gonna add this, and then we're gonna try it again. So that's added. So now if we try to connect again, now the first things we need to make sure is that this is checked before we try it. So you can see that it's checked. So we definitely expect it to fail. But again, we remember we added something on the registry. So let's see. That should help to bypass the issue. And that did not fix it. I got the error. Alright, so I think the final option would be to run a patch file. And there is a KB out there for Microsoft that would come in and install something that's gonna fix it. So let's download that knowledge base security update and then apply it on this box. So that's gonna be a few seconds. So this is the KB that has the security. Patches that we need to deploy to fix this issue. So I'll go to the Microsoft update catalog, and it is gonna be KB 4093120, and this is the one for Windows Server 2016. So I'll download this one. And it's going to begin the download. So I'll resume this once this is complete. Alright, the file is downloaded. I'm going to copy it to the server. I'll resume once the copy is complete. So the file has been copied, so we'll go back over there and figure out how to fix this man-in-the-middle attack. Again, this is a vulnerability that we need to fix, and that's why unchecking the NTLM, which is recommended, is definitely an option that's not recommended. So before I go there, let me come over here, and that is, so we are gonna begin to patch this. It's taking time to open. Okay, launching it. So this had not been patched for a very long time. Again, this is part of security vulnerabilities that you need to patch or apply to your Windows operating systems, because you are gonna need to be ahead of man-in-the-middle attack or any cyber attack. Yes, it's beginning. The installation has begun. So the KB is installed. We need to restart the SQL server for it to take effect. I'm gonna restart it now. I'll restart anyway. Alright, I'm gonna try to connect again. And this time round, it still failed. But now we're going to check something, because now we've already patched it. Let's see if the Oracle Remediation Encryption is now on the box. So wait, actually looks like it's not yet rebooted. I think it's still rebooting, so let's give it some time. Still actually applying the updates. Easiest way to trace it. Alright, so we'll see when it reboots here in a moment. I'll pause it and I'll resume once it's rebooted. Yeah, so I can't reach it. Maybe it's now rebooting at that point. And let's see how much time we have here in uptime. So it's not yet rebooted because it's been online for more than an hour, 38 minutes, so it's not yet rebooted. So still waiting. I'll resume the video once it is rebooted. So the update is being applied. Let's see. Right, so you can tell here that the server just came up and it's been online for 2 minutes now. If I go back, it might be one of those blips that you're seeing, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So at this point I can close this and I can just monitor this, which is almost 100%. So the server is up and this is the moment of truth. So I'm gonna connect. I'm gonna try to connect. Here it is. And then I'm gonna punch the credentials. Oh, I punched the wrong credentials. That's what happens sometimes. I'll punch the right ones, and looks like now it is able to connect. So remember, we had to excuse me, we had to apply a knowledge base security update from Microsoft to fix that, and now we've actually fixed the vulnerability, the CredSSP vulnerability. In fact, once we log in, I'm gonna check something on the group policy to see if that option now is available on the box. Alright, so now we are on the box. The first thing, so that's this box. Alright, so the first thing is we've connected to the box, and I just want to show you that the NTLM is still checked on. And you can see that it is checked on. So now it means definitely we've fixed the vulnerability. And so the next piece would be to look at the group policy, and I want to see gpedit.msc. So on the administrative, let me maximize this. Administrative templates. We're going to come to systems, and then we're going to look at the credentials delegations. And now you can see that the encryption Oracle remediation is actually over here. So that patch actually brought this on, and normally what would happen is if you were having this vulnerability, all you needed to do was to come over here and enable this feature, but turns out that we don't need to enable it because that KB has actually fixed the issue that we were having. So that's it. If you found this informative and you'd like to share it with somebody else, then please go ahead. If you have any other questions, then drop a comment on the chat section. And if you are wanting to learn more about SQL Server and Windows and most of the technology that I'm going to be providing on this platform, then don't hesitate to subscribe and click on the notification button. Thank you and have a good night.